Oh, that's spilled. So I got sound recording over here, video recording over here. We're going to see how this works. Hopefully this is one of the better produced videos that we've done, but you know. Hey, today I want to talk about failure. So teachers a lot of times are afraid to talk about what's gone wrong in the classroom or what's not going so well because we don't want to seem like we're not good at what we do, that we're not competent, that we're not like experts in our field. I mean, that's what is kind of assumed and what we like for people to think about us. But the truth is nobody's perfect and we're going to do things that are going to, you know, fall flat and going to need to be fixed sometimes. And that's why the design thinking process is so important, because we move from empathy to defining, ideating, prototyping, and then testing. So we come up with our curriculum, a lot of times using those steps, even if not consciously, but we get to that testing phase, the prototyping, the testing phase, where we're actually using our ideas in classroom. And it's really important that we go back and we reflect and we think about what went wrong, what went well, how we would repeat it, would we repeat it, and those types of things. So today I want to revisit a lesson that I've taught in my classroom that I actually talked about a few videos back, where I taught the YouTube channel project. I very much believe in the project. I think the idea is good. I think that in the execution of this project, I learned quite a bit and I definitely had some failures. So I figured the best way to kind of encourage failure and is to talk about it myself. So I'm going to talk to you about that time my project failed in different ways. I don't know that I'd call it an overall failure, but everything can always be better. If we never try to get better, we're not going to learn anything new. Things are going to get stagnant and super boring. So the first thing that didn't really go that well was I designed this, I called it an ebook, but it was really Google Slides, and I spelled out the entire project from like initial planning and brainstorming all the way to the very, very end. And I think I gave them too much information too fast. And what would happen is I would have some students that I think would get, for lack of a better term, I think they would kind of give them this paralysis where they saw all of these parts to this project and they just couldn't start at all. And nothing, you know, felt good enough where you'd scrap it and you'd go back, and they never finished part 1, so they couldn't get to part 6. And I had other students that are like, well, I know exactly what I'm doing, part 1, blah, 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 and they fart their way over to 6 and be like, done, whether or not it was good. So, one of the things that I learned in a previous project that I did with my 7th graders is that I broke a bigger unit up into smaller parts, which I did do in this YouTube unit. The problem was I gave them to them all at once. So, in this other project in 7th grade, I released the parts in more of a timed fashion. And I gave it to them and I had the whole class do part 1. And then we do the whole class do part 2. So they didn't see it all at the beginning. They knew where we were going with it, but it was very much kind of parceled out. Now I came across this really good idea from Stefanie Crawford at IETC, where she creates almost like these maps or these graphics that are split up into sections, and the pieces are only revealed at specific times. So if I had a project that had 6 parts, I might give them this map, this graphic, or this image, and then I might only link out part 1 until everyone was kind of done with part 1, and then I would reveal part 2, and then I revealed part 3, and so on and so on. And I thought it was kind of neat, this sort of like, almost like hyperdocky image map to have an overall project, but kind of timed release of the sections. It sounds like a great idea. That's what I would actually do next time. So that was my first part. The second part of my project that I would say was kind of a failure is it had to do with some of the content that I got from my students. It was important to me that I had them create a YouTube channel because I wanted them to pick something that they were really interested in, but middle schoolers, I should know better. They like what's easy, they like what's obvious. Not to totally stereotype them all, but like a good 95% of them said, I'm doing a gamer channel. Okay, I get it. I mean, they're popular. You can make a lot of money off of it. So I thought, let's go with that. Let's really dive deep into that. Now, you're gonna do a gamer channel. What's going to make yours better than everybody else? Why should somebody watch your channel? What are you doing different from other channels that's going to make it worth people's while to watch your video? And the problem is I got answers that were like, well, because I'll do it better, or because it's me. Like, nobody knows who you are. Like, I don't think they really got it, And so I have to think, how did I miscommunicate? Or was it another instance of I kind of gave them too much choice? I think that if I sort of let them decide but kind of narrowed it in a way, I personally would have liked to see more videos that had to do with kind of social justice and public awareness and like things that students cared about in that sort of sense, rather than just, I'm gonna do a Minecraft channel. Because I asked the kids, I'm like, do you watch Minecraft channels? And they're like, no, those are boring. And I said, well, why would people want to watch your channel then? And they just go, So I don't know that I have a fix for this second part, and I think that's why it's important to put it in a video, because I kind of put that out to you. How do you get middle schoolers to really care and think deeply about a topic? And I always start from this place of like, well, I want them to pick something they're really interested in. And for a lot of my middle schoolers, there's nothing they're more interested in than games. And that's okay, but I can't get them to think beyond that. Not that I can't. I am struggling to get them to think beyond that. And I would love to have some strategies, because even with these like guiding questions, I felt like I was just hitting these walls of like motivation and effort where they would just shut down and be like, I just want to tape myself playing this game. So I don't know. How do you get deep content from middle schoolers? Something to ponder. So, that's my failure. Hope you enjoyed it. Definitely learned a lot from it. Still left with some questions. Perhaps something you can help me with. Maybe you have a failure that you want to share. I would love to talk to you about it. I'm starting to try to get my act together, getting a calendar together to schedule more Reset episodes where I can actually talk to people. Just rambling to myself, not always that interesting. Yeah, hopefully we'll talk soon. Make sure you reach out if you're interested in talking. I'll send you an invite for the show. Be sure to share this, comment on it, like on it, all the support you can give. It might sound dumb to you, but it really does mean a lot to me. So, thank you for watching. See you soon. Bye. Be sure to subscribe to the Reset EDU channel for the latest project updates and episodes. If you're interested in a reset for your own classroom, be sure to fill out the form at bit.ly/resetedu. Thank you for watching.